For today's assignment, you will find maybe a highlighter would be very, very helpful. We are going to move away from graphing, which you spent the day doing yesterday, into something called substitution. What I know is I have two lines. I want to know if there's one solution, no solution, or infinitely many. In line number 1, I know y equals 4x. So whatever x is, y would be 4 times that. So if x is 2, y would be 8. 4 times 2 is 8. If x is negative 1, y would equal negative 4. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. What I am going to do is take equation number 1, line number 1, and substitute it into line number 2. If I know y equals 4x, I'm going to put 4x into that equation. It's called substitution. So I would have x plus y, but y equals 4x. So I'm going to substitute that right into that math problem. Now we just have an equation to solve. Combine my like terms, I get 5x equals 5. X equals 1. So there is one solution because I got an answer for x. It will cross at the ordered pair 1 something. I find in the past, if you write this down, you won't forget to tell me. You'll know x comes first. Now, what I'm going to do, if x equals 1, you will substitute that into either equation to calculate what y is. I'm going to put it into this equation, so I would have y equals 4 times 1. Therefore, y equals 4. These two lines would cross at the ordered pair 1, 4. Does it matter where I substitute 1 in for y? No, I'll do it here just to show. So x plus 1 equals 5. One-step equation. And hold on a minute. Let me erase. I am putting 1 in for x. So it would be 1 plus y equals 5. Subtract 1 from both sides, and I get 4 again. It does not matter which equation you substitute in. To go back and think about what you were doing yesterday, if I graphed this equation, I'd start at the origin and I'd move up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1, and using my straight edge, if I can get it to turn, there's that one. And if I rewrite that in slope-intercept form, it would be y equals negative x plus 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I move down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, using that same straight edge. I notice these two lines cross right here. That is the ordered pair 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we solved this without graphing. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with the next one. I'm going to, I see y equals 3 x's, so I'm going to substitute that into the next equation. Where there's a y, I will put 3x. So 2x plus 3x equals 15. Combine your like terms, I get x equals 3. So I have one solution where x is 3. Write that down, then we don't forget. I can put 3 into either equation. I'm going to pick the top one. So y equals 3 times 3. Y equals 9. If I asked you to graph, they would cross at the point 3, 9. I will solve it for the second equation, even though you will not have to do that in your homework. You can pick either one. I just want to show you that you can use either and we'll get the same answer. Therefore, again, y equals 9. So either equation. I'd like you to pause the video. This one is very similar. I did kick it up just a notch right there. Give it a whirl. See if you can apply it to what we're doing. I'll reveal the answer in just a moment. Thank you for pausing the video. I forgot to move my little sticky notes there, so hopefully you did. I hope I gave you enough time. So I'm going to substitute that in, but notice here I have 3y. So I would have x plus 3 times y. Well, we know y equals 2 x's. I distribute, so I have x plus 6x equals negative 14. 7 x's after I combine like terms. Solve x equals negative 2. So I have one solution, and I'm going to fill in the blank so I don't goof that up. Now I'll substitute that in for x. Y equals negative 4. If I asked you to graph, they would cross at the point negative 2, negative 4. Okay, now I even bumped it up a little bit. Here I gave you slope-intercept form. Here is standard form. But again, y equals whatever x is minus 1. So I'm going to substitute all of that in. This is my y. You don't need parentheses. I just like to chunk and group my things together. If I combine like terms, I have a two-step equation. I did not provide much room for myself to work. X would be 2. Because I have a number for x, I know there will be one solution, and now I need to figure out where the y is. You can pick either equation. I'm going to pick the top equation. So I'd have 2 minus 1, y equals 1. Those 2 points would cross where y equals 1. Pause the video. I would like you to do the next 2 problems on your own. Please pause the video. I'm not going to work through them. I'm going to just show you the answers in a moment. Thank you for pausing the video. In the first one, I put 6x in for y. That would go right there. Distribute, combine like terms, I get negative 1. I write this down immediately, so I know one solution at negative 1. Put that into the first equation. Again, if you want, you could put it into the second equation, and I got negative 6 for y. They cross at the point negative 1, negative 6. Now on the next one, I hope you weren't tricked, that you took your time and read through it. X equaled 3y. Therefore, I had to put the 3y in for x. Distribute, combine like terms, and I solve. I wrote this down and I put a blank where x belongs because I solved for y, so the 3 would go here. Put it into the first equation, I get 9.